What's up guys, it's Endymion, and today I want to dive into the makings of one of the most important gaming franchises of the last 20 years and how BioWare, the developers behind Mass Effect and Dragon Age, were actually instrumental in helping this become a reality. So sit back, relax, and let's talk about how BioWare saved The Witcher. CD Projekt, yes, that's how it's actually pronounced, was founded in May 1994 by co-founders Marcin Iwinski and Michael Kaczynski, two pioneers of European game retailing over in the Slavic lands of Poland, the home of extreme satanic death metal band Behemoth, as well as the popular Polish fantasy series The Witcher. Also pierogies. See, back in the 90s, Poland was only just opening its borders up to the influences of Western culture. Things like video games, for example, were a rare commodity in Poland, and the hunger for new video game experiences were being met by shady profiteers who would smuggle bootlegged versions of video games and sell homebrew copies to the PC gamers that waited feverishly for any new title they could get their hands on. This was basically how CD Projekt came to be. They were one of the leading companies that aimed to deliver Polish translated games to the people. And while they too started off by selling cracked copies of games in the Warsaw marketplace, eventually CD decided it was time to move past this and start bringing the big games to Poland's people. One of their first projects was Ace Ventura, which sold surprisingly well, but the first big mega hit by Polish standards anyway was actually when CD Projekt contacted BioWare over in the lands of Canada, and they proposed that BioWare should allow CD Projekt the means to translate and distribute a version of their popular Baldurs Gate game. CD was so hell-bent on making this a hit that they even hired well-known Polish voice actors to voice many of the characters. And they even added Polish items to the game to make BioWare's latest masterpiece resonate with the people of pierogies and satanic black metal. And huzzah! Baldurs Gate was a hit. It sold roughly 18,000 units on release, which, when you consider it was being released in a post-communist landscape where people were used to getting random unknown games to play by buying them off shady dealers or getting their games by radio stations transmitting video games as radio signals for people to record. Yes, that is a real thing. Baldurs Gate was an incredible thing to have, no less translated in Polish as well. This success was considered by CD Projekt to be the turning point, the opportunity that led to their next dream project coming to fruition. And BioWare was going to be even more instrumental in the years to come for CD Projekt's future successes. Not content with just being a video game retailer for the people of Poland, CD Projekt wanted to be a video game developer as well. And so they approached author Andrzej Sapkowski and bought the rights to his famous fantasy series The Witcher for only $9,500, which is insane. At this time, The Witcher was considered to be a Polish classic, a series as revered in the eyes of pierogi lovers as being essential to the identity of Poland as a people. But really, outside of Poland, The Witcher wasn't well known. In fact, it was almost completely alien, especially in the West. So with the plans to create a game based on the books, CD Projekt assembled a team of European Avengers, financed the project themselves, and renamed the company to what it is called today, CD Projekt Red, or CD Projekt Red. But there was a little problem with making The Witcher all the way back then, that problem being, well, CD didn't exactly have an engine to make their dream game on. At this time, Marcin Iwinski, one of the co-founders, would go to North America during a games convention and pitch the idea of a Witcher game to various publishers to help them in making their dream a reality. Unfortunately, CD's ambitions fell on deaf ears, and feeling defeated, Marcin Iwinski almost thought the dream of creating The Witcher into a reality was gone. One company finally came to the rescue. And of course, that company was Activision Blizzard. No, I'm kidding. It was BioWare. It's BioWare. CD approached BioWare, who at this time were largely considered to be the de facto RPG making gods of the gaming industry with hits like Baldurs Gate and Neverwinter Nights under their belt, and BioWare's founders saw the potential in the eyes of the pierogi lovers and decided to help them by lending CD Projekt access to their game engine, which at the time was called the Aurora engine, and it was used for Neverwinter Nights. Then CD Projekt Red got to work, and finally, after years of painful game development, CD Projekt had created a build of their dream game starring a monster slayer by the name of Geralt of Rivia. And now CD Projekt, who was bleeding through their own money making this dream a reality, ran into another big problem, which was of course exposure. So, yet again, like with Baldur's Gate and the Aurora engine, CD went to their only friends in the gaming industry at the time, which was of course BioWare, and at E3 2004, BioWare, who believed so much in The Witcher when no one else did, not only helped CD promote their unknown game, but even gave them actual physical space in BioWare's booth to set up and promote their weird little game called The Witcher. And remember, at this time, BioWare was in full force promoting their next epic, the Xbox exclusive Jade Empire, and this was only 3 years before Mass Effect was going to release as well. And amidst all the companies trampling over each other to get footage and interviews on BioWare's next RPG epic, in the corner of their booth were a few Polish game developers who stood by nervously with their little game about a Polish world no one knew about. And once interviewers were done with Jade Empire, the gaming press was ready to leave the booth, but BioWare stepped in and told the gaming press that they should really go over and take a look at this Witcher game. And heeding BioWare's words, the press walked over to this group of nervous first-time developers to see what the fuss was about with this game starring the White Wolf himself. And if not for BioWare's direct involvement from the licensing of Baldur's Gate, the use of the Aurora engine, the encouragement and helping hand in that pivotal E3 2004 showing, the world may have been robbed of what fans the world over know and love as The Witcher. And the rest, they say, is history. And CD Projekt Red would go on in video game history, becoming one of the most talked about and beloved game developers for the next 10 years and on, with sequels to their dream project, even winning Game of the Year and being praised as having created one of the greatest games ever made of our time in the form of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which was 11 years after that fateful helping hand BioWare gave to the lovers of pierogies over in the land of Poland. So the next time you sit down to experience Geralt's adventures throughout the continent or enjoy the Netflix series and beyond, just remember that it was the generosity and the critical foresight of the makers of Mass Effect and Dragon Age that believed in CD Projekt Red when no one else did. And that, my friends, is how BioWare helped save The Witcher. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look down memory lane at how one legendary RPG studio helped usher in another. If you guys want me to do more Witcher-centric content, let me know in the comments. Please subscribe, like the video, and maybe even share it around to spread the word. It gives my life meaning. Thanks to my patrons for their support, and I'm ENDYMION. This video was really fun to make, so thanks for watching, and now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go and continue my quest to platinum Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.